A fabricated reality? Have you ever thought about that? What if everything we see isn't real? What if the world around us is just an illusion, a carefully crafted construction of something much bigger and more complex than we can imagine? Imagine a world controlled by lines of code, like a giant video game. Every detail, every sensation, all programmed to seem real. A simulation so perfect, so incredibly perfect, that we swear it's our reality. We wake up, we work, we have fun, all without ever questioning the nature of our world. This idea, which is from the movie The Matrix, makes us wonder, what if we also live in a simulation? What if everything we know, all our experiences, are just part of a big experiment? This question, which seems like something out of a science fiction movie, has its roots way back in spiritual traditions from ages ago. Ancient civilizations already wondered about the nature of reality. Ancient people were already trying to understand reality long before we had computers, the internet, all that stuff. They used myths, legends, and philosophies to try to explain the world around them. Could it be that technology is just showing us what spirituality already knew, only through feeling? Are we just rediscovering ancient truths with new tools? The search for the truth of our existence is incredibly old. Ever since humans started thinking, they've been questioning the purpose and nature of life. We are here, in this world, that's for sure. But do we really understand what that means? Are we just scratching the surface of a much deeper truth? But what if this world is just the tip of the iceberg of reality? What if there are layers and layers of existence that we can't yet perceive? Like, what if there's something much bigger behind it all? A truth we can't even sense? Something so vast and complex that our limited minds can't grasp it? The possibility of a simulated reality is one of those things that messes with our minds and makes us question everything. It makes us wonder about what is real and what is illusion. It leads us to look for answers beyond what we can see and touch. It makes us seek a deeper understanding, one that goes beyond our physical senses. What if the answer isn't in any laboratory but within us? What if the key to understanding reality lies in our own consciousness, in our capacity for introspection and reflection? Maybe the true nature of reality can't be measured or observed with scientific instruments. Maybe it can only be felt and understood through personal experience and connection to something greater. The idea of a fabricated reality challenges us to expand our minds, to question our certainties, and to explore new possibilities. It invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and profound understanding. In the end, the search for truth is a never-ending journey. Every answer we find leads us to new questions, and every discovery brings us a little closer to the mystery of existence. So, keep questioning, keep exploring, because who knows, the reality we know may just be the beginning of something much bigger and more incredible than we ever imagined. Spirituality and the illusion of the material world. Spirituality is a deep and fascinating subject that invites us to explore beyond what is visible to our eyes. Many different spiritual beliefs have one thing in common: the idea that the material world is like an optical illusion. This idea is shared by many traditions around the world, each with its own interpretation and symbolism. Buddhism, for example, calls this illusion Maya. Maya is seen as a veil that covers the true nature of reality, keeping us trapped in a cycle of suffering and ignorance. It's like a veil hiding us from the real deal, from the true nature of everything. This veil prevents us from seeing the ultimate truth, which is the interconnectedness of all things and the impermanence of the material world. In Hinduism, the world we live in is compared to a dream. It is believed that the reality we perceive is just a projection of the mind, an illusory creation that distracts us from spiritual truth. You know, when you're dreaming and you swear it's all real, in the dream, everything seems real. But when we wake up, we realize it was just an illusion. Then you wake up and see that it was just your mind playing tricks. That is the essence of the Hindu view of the material world. An illusion that keeps us away from our true nature. So, it's the same thing. Waking up to spiritual truth is like waking up from a dream, realizing the illusion that surrounded us. Gnostic philosophy also talks about this difference between material reality, which is like a magic trick, and spiritual reality, which is the real deal. For Gnostics, the material world is a prison that keeps us away from the divine. For Gnostics, we are trapped in this world, which hides us from our divine nature. They believe that true liberation comes from spiritual knowledge, which allows us to see beyond appearances. These traditions are like a nudge to look beyond what our eyes can see. They encourage us to seek truth beyond the surface, to question the reality we take for granted. Question whether this world is really solid, or if it's just us who think so. Is what we see and touch really the truth, or just a construct of our minds? Seek the truth within us, in that divine spark that everyone has. This inner search is the path to true understanding and liberation, connecting us with the divine essence that resides in each of us. Diving into the concept of Maya. Let's explore how these ancient traditions help us understand the nature of reality and the illusion that surrounds us. The Vedic and Buddhist traditions, which have existed for millennia, have some pretty wild views on reality. They offer us a deep and complex perspective on what is real and what is merely an illusion. Both agree on the concept of Maya, the illusion that prevents us from seeing the true nature of things. Maya is like a veil that covers our eyes, preventing us from perceiving the truth. In Vedanta, which is a type of Vedic philosophy, Maya is the force that creates the illusion that everything is separate. This philosophy teaches us that the world we perceive with our senses is only an appearance, a mask that hides the underlying unity of everything. It makes us believe that there is a difference between us and the world, between the I and the rest. But in reality, this separation is an illusion created by our minds. But this separation is all an illusion. When we understand this, we begin to see that everything is interconnected and that we are part of a larger whole. Buddhism, on the other hand, says that Maya is the cause of all suffering. According to this tradition, illusion makes us cling to things that are impermanent, and therefore we suffer. We cling to things in the material world, like money, food, those kinds of things, seeking happiness in things that don't last. This attachment is like trying to hold sand. The more we try, the more it escapes through our fingers. And this pursuit of happiness in a world of illusion only brings suffering. The illusion of Maya makes us feel lost and disoriented, always looking for something we can never really achieve. Both traditions tell us to try to go beyond this Maya, to get to know ourselves better and to have compassion. Meditation and introspection are powerful tools for transcending illusion and finding inner peace. When we finally see reality as it is, we free ourselves from suffering and connect with our divine essence. This liberation allows us to live more fully and authentically, in harmony with the universe and with ourselves. Gnosticism, uncovering the true reality. Gnosticism, a philosophy and religion that was popular in the early days of Christianity, has a very different view of reality. For Gnostics, the material world is fake, something that decays, unlike the spiritual world, which is eternal and true. They believe that everyone has a divine spark within them, but that it's trapped in this material world. The goal of life, then, would be to free this divine spark and return to our spiritual origin. The Gnostics believed that knowledge was the key to this liberation. Through self-knowledge and understanding the true nature of reality, humans could free themselves from illusion and find salvation. This quest for knowledge, for waking up to true reality, is very reminiscent of the story of the movie The Matrix. Remember that the characters had to choose between the blue pill, which kept them in the illusion, and the red pill, which freed them to reality. Gnosticism also invites us to seek the knowledge that frees us from the material matrix and leads us to truth.